Yo, what's good guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make beats like Section 8 for Lil Baby. Section 8 is a producer for Lil Baby. He's produced songs like Bigger Picture, Everybody, songs that are really dark, orchestral, have like the repetitive piano melodies. So yeah, I'm going to be using one of my samples from a recent pack that I did with Synthetic that I'll leave a link down in the description for. I also just did a video on how I made that sample and broke down everything I did, so feel free to check that out. Anyways, I'm gonna make a beat out of it, show my process, and hopefully you learn something new or feel inspired. So don't forget to subscribe, and let's get right into the video. So as you can see, I got the sample pulled up here. It's got all the sections, all the stems layered out. So I got every part if I want to, change it up or whatever. I'm going to be using my drum kit, the Slat drum kit. I'll leave a link down in the description for that. It's got a lot of good go-to sounds for this kind of style. So yeah, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sample on mixer track 1, and then I'm going to go to the master and I'm going to put a soft clipper, and then I'm going to add an EQ and boost the highs and then some of the mid lows. And for me, what that does is it just makes the hi-hats stand out a little bit more, and it makes the 808, the high end of the 808, kind of hit really hard. So yeah, nothing too crazy. That's the master. And then I'm going to route the sample to mixer track 1. And also what I want to do is break down all the sections so that I can use every part of the sample. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to route the sub bass to mixer track 2. What I'm going to do is EQ out the low end of the melody. Yeah, so around right there. And so yeah, so now it's pretty much all set up. So I'm gonna make a section with the sub bass for the intro, then I'm gonna copy the pattern over. And something that's super important is drum selection. So I'm gonna go through and find drums that match the vibe that I want to go for. First thing I'm gonna do is find a snare and a clap. And I'm going to layer it with a snare. Okay, then I'm going to find a good hi-hat. And then an 808. Okay, I'm just gonna pull in the spins. What I'm gonna do for the 808, I wanna make sure the envelope looks like this. Make sure it's cutting. And then I'm gonna boost it and raise the volume a little bit. And then I'm also gonna shorten it up. And then on the mixer, I'm gonna put it in mono. And then this sample is in B minor. We're gonna find the root note. Okay, so it's B. Okay, I just wanted to get a little guide down for the root note. Okay, and then I want the 808 to be kind of clipping, so I want it to be above 0 dB. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find a bounce snare to add. Okay, got the snare and then an open hat. Alright, so now that I got all my drums linked to the mixer channel, I'm gonna go into one of my sample packs. And then in this sample pack I have a bunch of hi-hat midis. So I'm just going to try to find a good starting pattern and maybe edit something in. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to do now that I got all my sounds picked out, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a hi-hat pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into third step, and I'm going to do triplet notes. And then I'm going to just copy that over. And then I think I'm going to switch out the clap. Yeah, I like that one a little bit better. So I'm just going to use that clap instead. And then I got the triplet note hi-hat pattern. Alright, so now I'm going to add an 808 pattern and just get the vibe down. And then I'm probably going to add some hi-hat rolls, maybe some perks or snares, and then the open hat and maybe a kick. So yeah, let's go ahead and get something down for the 808. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the 808, nothing too crazy. Just got a little triplet right here. Other than that, it's pretty basic, just goes up, follows the root note. But yeah, that's it for the 808. Alright, now I want to add some hi-hat rolls. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to see what kind of fits with the beat. Alright, so I laid down some hi-hat rolls that just kind of fit with the bounce of the beat. So I'll go ahead and play how that sounds. Yeah, I like how that sounds. Just some triplet rolls here, and then here I got a little weird thing. I've noticed it in I think it's Everybody by Lil Baby, the song. I noticed some really weird sounding rolls. It sounded like a little off time, so here I added like the half step pattern, even though the rest of the hi-hats are in the triplet. So it just kind of adds a little bit of variation, and then the hi-hats go down and then up here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the hi-hat rolls. The 808's done. Got the clap, layer with the snare. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of a bounce snare, just to add a little bit more bounce to the beat, and then an open hat, and that should be it for the beat. Maybe some other sound effects, and then we'll just have to sequence it out. So yeah, I'm gonna see where the snare fits, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got a snare pattern down. I'll go ahead and play how it sounds with everything. Kind of just repetitive throughout the whole beat, and then at the end it's got a little triplet. And now I'm going to lay down the open hat. Alright, so I added another hi-hat, open hat, and it just kind of goes back and forth with this open hat and then this one here. So I'll go ahead and play how it sounds with that. So that's pretty much it for the drum pattern itself and the sound selection. So now that we got that out of the way and we got the drum pattern down, it basically just comes down to mixing and then sequencing out the beat. So for mixing, it's like 90% just leveling, making sure the sounds are at good volumes. So as you can see, I have them all leveled differently. You kind of just have to do that by ear. Usually I like having the 808 peak over 0 dB so that it's clipping, and then I just kind of build everything around that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put everything down to 0, and then I'm gonna do every sound around that. I know some people mix in mono. I don't do that, but you can try that. Apparently, you know, it just makes it easier to mix, and then once you put it into stereo, it sounds even better. But I'm gonna just mix normally. So yeah, like I said, I put the 808, I have it clipping above 0 dB. Okay, Now the clap. And I'm going to EQ this a little bit. I'm going to EQ the hi-hats a little bit. And then I'm going to add some distortion to them. And some reverb. So that's pretty much it for leveling. You just want to kind of do it by ear, and the more that you do it, the more that you'll kind of get an ear for it. You can do the technique that I do where you put the 808 where you want it first and then just kind of build around that. I feel like that's a good way to do it. So yeah, other than that, it's just sequencing out the beat. So I'll go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so I just recorded myself, or I thought I was recording myself sequencing out the beat. Turns out I wasn't recording that entire time. So anyways, I sequenced it out. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is left to do after you get everything leveled and mixed, and you know, you got your pattern down, you got your drum selection. Once everything is done, you just got to sequence it out. Make sure you have the intro, and then I have room for a verse and then a hook and then a verse right here and then another hook, and then it's done. But you know, the rapper has options, because if they wanted to do the hook during the intro, they could, and then they could use this section for the verse. It's just really, it's up to you how you want to structure it. So that's pretty much all that I did. I added a little breakdown right here where the sub bass comes in again, and then a little outro. Other than that, I just added my tag. I added this little riser effect, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the beat. I'll go ahead and play the final product so you can hear what it sounds like. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new. Like I said, I'll leave a link down in the description for the sample pack and also for the drum kit if you're interested. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.